blood is thicker than water. That slogan is not comfort. It's control.
Family isn't always a sanctuary. Sometimes it's your closest intelligence network.
And the cost of one careless confession? They can reuse it for decades.
Because access is power. And nobody has more access than the people who raised you.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. Families love stability more than they love your evolution.
So they assign roles: golden child, scapegoat, caretaker, the disappointment, and call it tradition.
The moment you outgrow your role, you threaten their equilibrium. And they react.
Not with open hatred, with concern, with questions, with guilt.
So we play this strategically. Polite diplomacy. Closed borders.
Let them think they know you, but never let them hold the blueprint.
Now, the first mistake most people make, they announce their grand ambition.
They expect applause. And they accidentally trigger competition inside their own bloodline.
Think about it. Your rise forces them to measure their life against yours.
And envy doesn't live between strangers. It lives between equals, siblings, cousins, people sharing the same mirror.
So sabotage rarely looks like sabotage. It wears a friendly face.
Is that investment safe? Are you sure you're not changing too much?
Hear the poison? It's disguised as protection. That's why it works.
Here's what you do instead. Share outcomes, not routes.
Share milestones, not maps. Share victories, not the vulnerable steps toward them.
Move quietly, then move suddenly. By the time they notice, it's already done.
Let me make this practical. You're changing careers.
Don't say, I'll resign next month, join that company, and relocate in June.
I'm exploring options. I'm handling it.
Then redirect. Food, weather, their hobbies, anything neutral.
Because your freedom grows in darkness first, like roots, before it shows above ground.
When they demand details, give them a bland story. Your real story stays locked.
You're not asking permission to conquer. You're executing, then letting results speak.
That's the first boundary. Ambition is private until it's irreversible.
Now let's talk about the one that destroys people. Vulnerability confessions.
Therapy culture sold a sweet fantasy. Tell your parents how they hurt you, and they'll awaken.
They'll cry. They'll apologize. You'll heal together. Most of the time, that's not reality.
Here's the real dynamic. In conflict, humans reach for primal weapons.
A stranger can only insult you broadly. But family? They strike precisely.
Why? Because you handed them targeting data. Your deepest wound, labeled in your own words.
So when the argument comes, and it will, watch what they do.
They won't debate the issue. They'll press the bruise, hard.
This is why everyone leaves you. You're too sensitive, just like you admitted.
And suddenly you're not discussing the topic. You're bleeding emotionally.
So do this. Heal deep trauma with professionals, private journals, training outside the family system.
When family asks, you give the summary, never the raw data.
It was a tough week, but I managed.
If they push, repeat calmly, then change the subject.
Emotional sovereignty is a superpower.
Because a person who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled.
Next, this one is subtle. Relationship leakage.
When you vent about your partner to family, it feels like relief.
But here's what actually happens. You forgive your partner later. Your family doesn't.
You move on. They keep the file. They replay the clip. They brand the outsider as a threat.
And now every holiday becomes a courtroom with silent jurors.
This is triangulation, turning a two-person problem into a three-part loyalty war.
Worse still, it frames you as weak.
Because you're signaling, I can't manage my own household without parental backup.
So what's the move? Handle conflict inside the relationship.
If it's toxic, leave. But don't recruit relatives as referees.
When family asks, keep it simple. We're doing well, thank you.
No details. No stories. No, let me explain what they did. Protect the Union!
Here's a micro moment. You just had a fight.
Your impulse is to call your mother and unload.
Don't. Call a therapist. Call a friend outside the family ecosystem.
Process privately. Then return to your partner with calm language and clear requests.
Because a marriage can survive stress.
But it rarely survives a family tribunal fueled by your own complaints.
Now, belief shifts, religion, politics, lifestyle, career philosophy.
The trap is thinking your family will hear new ideas.
They don't. They hear rejection. Your whole life was wrong.
And ego can't tolerate that. So it attacks. It shames. It tries to re-indoctrinate.
Logic can't dismantle decades of conditioning built on identity and emotion.
So dinner table debates become circular, exhausting, designed to drain you until you surrender.
Here's the strategy. Live your beliefs quietly.
Don't become a martyr in the living room. That's a losing war.
When they preach, nod. Smile politely.
That's an interesting perspective. And keep your real convictions inside your own kingdom.
You owe them respect as humans.
You do not owe them your intellectual submission.
Next, money.
the fastest way to corrupt family dynamics.
The moment they sense surplus, your bank becomes communal in their imagination.
They won't ask directly. They'll arrive with crises, opportunities, emergencies that aren't emergencies.
Think about the pattern. They hand you knapsacks while acting pinned under boulders.
And if you refuse, you become the villain, the greedy child, the heartless one.
That's why exact numbers must stay private.
So you project controlled struggle.
Doing okay, but nothing liquid. Things are tight with taxes.
Stable, not abundant, not available.
Keep assets boring and invisible. Long-term investments, structures they can't access, accounts they don't understand.
Say yes only to true boulders, not lifestyle knapsacks.
And when someone asks for a small loan,
You say, I can't. No spreadsheet, no debate, no guilt performance.
offer non-money help if you want. Advice, job leads, budgeting tools.
But don't open the vault door.
Because secrecy here isn't greed. It's mercy. It removes temptation.
Now we reach the graveyard. Regrets, moral compromises, legal gray zones.
There's a powerful urge to confess, to be fully known, to hear, I still love you.
Bury an urge. Your family isn't a confessional priest.
They're a jury that never adjourns.
Once you confess a dark act, you permanently change the lens they view you through.
And the human brain is a threat detection machine. It catalogs predators to feel safe.
So later, in any disagreement, they won't hear your point.
They'll see the manipulator you admitted to being. That's permanent damage.
Your confession becomes their trump card, your leverage against yourself.
So process heavy regrets with professionals bound to confidentiality or private practices that don't leak.
If you can repair harm, repair it quietly.
Change behavior. Build a new pattern. Let time rewrite your reputation without dramatic speeches.
Redemption is demonstrated, not confessed.
And family court listens for evidence, not your inner transformation narrative.
Finally, the most dangerous revelation of all.
The moment you realize the system is manipulating you, you'll want to call it out.
I see what you're doing. I see the guilt. I see the triangulation.
Don't. Never reveal your awareness of the game.
Because dysfunctional systems protect themselves by selecting an identified patient, the person blamed so nothing else must change.
If you expose the matrix, you become that patient. They unite against you. They gaslight you. They upgrade tactics.
Here's the smarter move. Observe calmly, set boundaries quietly, and let actions speak. Borders closed. Diplomacy polite. That's how you protect peace and still keep love possible.